Hey, what's up everybody? Matt here. I'm doing a quick little video, show you guys what I got in my latest haul. This is over the last 2 weeks or so, um, from eBay and a few things here or there from my local guy, and I actually found another spot in town that is selling some comic books, and I got a real good deal on these ones at the end. So I can't wait to show you guys. But anyway, um, these are from my local comic book guy. Nothing too crazy here, but these were 50 cents a piece, and I can't pass this up. Killer George Perez cover. This is New Teen Titans, or Tales of the Teen Titans, number 45. This is the second appearance of Nightwing. And I always tell people, a lot of times, of course, everyone wants the first appearance. I don't know anyone that doesn't want a first appearance of somebody, but second appearances are really cool too, man, and they're usually pretty darn cheap. I mean, like I said, I found this in the 50-cent bin, and it doesn't go for much more than that online. So, Nightwing's a cool character. For his second appearance, like, why not? 50 cents, pick it up. Like I said, nothing special about these guys at 50 cents, though. This is Sandman Gallery of Dreams. Basically, it's just like it's not a story, it's just like it shows like pictures by different artists like Kelly Jones and, you know, but it's just really cool to look at when you open it up. So 50 cents, pick that up. Flash number 1. This is a homage cover to, I believe it's like Flash 168. You guys might want to correct me on that, but I think it's 168. That famous Flash cover, but really cool. It's Alex Ross. Couldn't let it go for 50 cents. I was like, why not? Pick it up. Same thing with this. This is the Brad Meltzer run on Green Arrow. I find these every once in a while. I just pick them up, when I find them for 50 cents or whatever. Slowly starting to get that whole the Archer's Quest storyline. So that was cool. And shout out to Johnny DaCosta, DC Comics here, with his showing his Punisher run. I'm a huge Punisher fan, obviously. My Warzone Spider. I'm a huge Punisher fan. So I pick them up whenever I can. I don't even know how close I am to finishing this Punisher run, but I know I have a ton of them. I need to log it in my book, because I don't even know how close I am to finishing this, but I know I got a bunch of them. I know I'm not, I know I probably still need 20, 30, or 40, right around there, but I've got a lot of them, but I pick them up when I can. These are 50 cents a piece, so here's the Punisher 63 and 64, so shout out to him. If you guys haven't checked out Johnny DaCosta yet, you guys are missing out, man. He's hilarious. Okay, picked up another one of these. This is X Factor 15. I got one last week as well. Probably sell them when the movie comes out, but these are just kind of falling into my lap now. 50 cents a piece, X Factor 15. And I also picked up 19. He had the whole run from 15 to 22, but I don't really, like I said, I'm not a huge X Factor fan. I basically just picked these up to kind of flip, to be honest with you. But yeah, so picked them up, whatever. It is what it is. Got a little staining up here, but for 50 cents, I don't even care. Whatever. And then this one, X-Men 188. This is a run that I am collecting, but I'm collecting X-Men, but I'm not seeking after them. If they fall into my lap like this for 50 cents, I pick them up, and I needed it, so I picked it up. But I'm not really I'm not going hard after X-Men right now. Anyway, so now we're going to start getting into some of the good stuff here. Alright. Now these right here, these I found online. There was a seller on eBay, and he was selling off his entire Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense collections. I mean, they ranged from like the late 50s on the numbering, late 50s to, about the 100 mark on each one. And he was selling them 99 cents starting. So I threw a bid on most of them. And I ended up getting a pretty fair stack. I didn't pay more than like $4 for any of these, which, in my opinion, is a freaking steal of a deal on any of these books. I just kind of threw them out there. I was like, if I get them, I get them. If I don't, no big deal. And I ended up waking up in the morning and I had like 11 wins in my shopping cart. I was like, nice, right on. So it was pretty cool. But anyway, some of these I already have, but I mean, for, like I said, in between $2 and $4 a piece, I can't. I mean, I'm not going to argue. This is Tales to Astonish 87. And they all range from like VG to VF minus. I mean, this one's really nice. There's a couple nicks up the spine here, but this one's really nice. This is Tales to Astonish 89. This is 94. This one's probably one of the worst ones out of the lot. But, for a couple bucks, I'm not going to argue. And, to be honest, guys, like, these Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense, here we go into the Tales of Suspense, they're so underappreciated. I don't know why people don't appreciate these more. They go after the early Captain Americas and the early Iron Mans, and I understand those are awesome too, but, these books are just phenomenal. I love, classic Jack Kirby artwork here. This is Tales of Suspense 74. I mean, just classic artwork. This is 79. I believe this is the first appearance of Sharon Carter, Agent Carter, for you guys who watch that TV show. It's a little beat up, but, I think this is my second copy. Might even be my third copy. I don't know. But I know I at least have one more of these. It's got some writing here, but like I said, I threw a bid in. I was comfortable with what I threw in, and I got it. So there's, let's see, this is Tales of Suspense 82. First appearance of the Super Adaptoid. Tales of Suspense 83. Awesome cover there. Love that cover. Great cover. Another good one. This is 85. The Mandarin. Here's 87. This one's in pretty nice condition. It's got a little wearing on the spine, but I mean, hey, I'll take it. Mole Man. Love the Mole Man. 89. The Mysterious Melter. 90. Awesome Red Skull cover. It's got a little 5 written right here. Good reader copies, though, And 93. First appearance of the villainous Half-Face. Yeah, watch out for that, dude. Alright. Let's see here. Picked up some of these here. Found these for $2 a piece. These are the first appearance of Omega Red. I was a huge X-Men fan in the early 90s. So, like a lot of us, we used to watch the animated series. And Omega Red was huge on that animated series. So whenever I see these for the right price, I pick them up. And like I said, these are $2 a piece. This is one of them. These are all near mint. There's 1, 2, and 3 copies. And then this one was in the 50-cent bin too. I don't know why it's so late in the haul, but this was in the 50-cent bin too. Web of Scarlet Spider #1. Whatever. 50 cents. Good reads. Alright, now to the good stuff. Here we go. Alright. So like I said, I live in a pretty small town. I don't really have very many options in town. There's antique stores which get comic books every once in a while, but I mean, it's not even really worth it to go in there all the time because they just don't get them enough. It's kind of, if you're in there already type of thing, then, that's great. Let me move the camera back a little bit. Then, it's good to pick them up. But, it is what it is. But I found this good spot in town. It's called the Pickers Shack. And basically what it is these guys, they go around like American Pickers and they go pick stuff. And they have a guy who sells comic books. He rented a spot from him, sells all these comic books. And I found these in there. These were 3 for $10, and then it's either $4 each or 3 for $10. So, I got 4 of them here. This is the Losers #1. Figured for $3 for cover price, I'm not going to pass it up. It's not worth a ton of money, but, it's still a #1. I liked the movie. It was pretty cool. So $3, why not? Or $3.33 or whatever you want to say. Then I couldn't believe that I found these in there. Um, for the price that it is. This is Y the Last Man #3. I was stoked to find this, and then he also had #4 in there. I couldn't believe it. These things go for like 20 or $30 online, and I was like, wow, man. And then that was when I was just about done. I was kind of doing one of these things through it, like through the books. I was kind of going a little fast, And then when I saw these, I was like, well, maybe I should take my freaking time and go through this thing, like, with a fine-tooth comb and see what else is in here. And I had originally passed this next book up, and I'm so freaking excited that I found it because I didn't see it the first time. I didn't even realize that I passed it because I went back through all the boxes, and I ended up pulling this out. It's the Runaways #1, the first appearance of the Runaways. This thing is in near mint. I mean, I would say 9.6 at the absolute worst. I mean, these edges are completely sharp. There's nothing wrong with the spine. The color, the back is just as nice as the front. It's just an astounding copy. And this thing, like I said, I pulled it for, depending on how you want to say it, I mean, less than $4. But this comic online goes for anywhere from like 60 to like $90, right around there. And I was like, wow, man, I couldn't believe it. So I went up to the guy, and, I didn't want to say anything to him because, it's I don't want him to be like, oh, that's worth more than what I'm selling it for, so, what's it worth? And then sell it to me for that or whatever. But anyway, I was kind of bullshitting with the guy a little bit, and he had told me that he doesn't really know very much about comic books, but that some other guy had come in there and bought, a stack of comic books or whatever. And in it, he said that he had taken one of the comics and sold it online for $1,200. And I asked him, I was like, what was it? What comic was it? Because, I mean, if these type of books are in there, he had mostly anywhere from, like, the 80s to, present, basically, to the early 2000s. So I'm like, well, what could it have been? And I'm just like, it must have been like a Walking Dead #1 or something in there. And I'm like, shit, man, if I would have only freaking found out about this place sooner, I would have probably scored that, whatever that freaking book was. But anyway, I'm really stoked to have these, and like I said, for $4, I mean, I'm not selling these. I've actually looked online for this issue before because I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to own the first Runaways, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay $70 for it, no thanks. But I ended up coming across it in the wild, and I was absolutely stoked. That's why it's so much funner. It's cool to get books on eBay and everything, but it's so much funner to just go in the wild and find them yourself. I find that I appreciate books more when I actually go out there and go hunting and find it and get a great deal on it. And, I appreciate this more than actually paying, the price online for it. That's just me, though. I don't know. Okay, so that was that guy. Then my local guy had this. He had half off Spider-Man. So picked this one up. And I have a little story about this, too. The guy that I bought this from, he's my local comic book guy. And he's a little older. He's in his 70s-ish, right around there. And usually he's pretty damn spot on when it comes to his grading. I don't even really have to inspect the books. So, it's always been right on. He's always usually been even under grading. If he says it's a fine, it's like a very fine minus, I would grade. And I'm pretty generous with my grading. But anyway, so he had this marked as a fine. He had it for $25, and I don't like to argue with him because, he gives me great deals. He bundles stuff together for me, and, I'll usually shoot him a price, and he usually will take it. So he had it for $25, and I didn't even argue. I was like, you know what, I'll pay that with you, man. Like, I appreciate you coming out here and, taking all these books out of your, garage or wherever you are. I know you're an older guy, so lugging them all out, all outside. So I was like, you know what, I'll pay $25. That's okay. I trust you. It looks like a fine. So I get home, and, I'm like, oh, man, I can't believe I finally got first appearance of the Shocker. And I'm like, super stoked, and I take it out of the bag and I put it into Mylar. I was going to put it into Mylar. I flip it over, and I'm not going to take it out, guys, but you just have to trust my word for it. On the back here, there's a big old rip. It's like a pressure rip. It's like someone had tried to like shove it into a box or something, and it just like ripped. And I'm like, oh, what the like, I was just like, you know, and I'm not the type of guy that's going to be like, dude, give me my money back, because he's done me solids in the past, and, he's a really cool guy, so I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but I'm just letting you guys know I was pretty upset, so I learned my lesson. I'm going to inspect the books from now on, so if you guys are looking to buy books from people, even if it's people that you trust and, they're your reputable dealers and everything like that, just inspect the books, guys, because you never know, what it is. And it's still a nice looking book. It presents really well inside the Mylar, but, it's kind of, you got that tick in the back of your head where you're just like, yeah, but, I mean, on the back, it's like ripped up, and it's kind of driving me crazy, and I need to get another one now. But anyway, so yeah, that's that, and I'm happy to have it. It's a good placeholder for right now. Good colors, though. Anyway. Then I was on eBay, like I said. I was, farting around on eBay, and I actually found this lot that no one was looking at. It was a buy it now for like $37 with shipping included. And these next two books were in it. It was a lot of like 28 comics or something. And there was a lot of Bronze Age stuff, a lot of, just nothing in there. And actually, he had it up, and these next two comics were on like the third page of the pictures. So like when you look at it, it would be just a bunch of junk. It just said like comic book lot on it. And I was like, okay, I just clicked on it, whatever. And the first page was like nothing. The second page was like whatever. And the third page had these next two books on it. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So now we're talking. I was like, all right, so he wants $37. I just went, buy. I bought it right away. And I couldn't be happier, man, because I actually didn't even have these books. This is Miss Marvel #1. And like I said, $37, buy it now, shipping included. This is probably in like a fine minus condition, maybe fine on a good day. But this book right now in this condition goes for way more than even $37 online. So I was like, okay, well, I got that one I basically paid the price for this one. But then he also had this freaking book too, Black Panther #1. And this thing's probably, I would say it's a VG+. It's got like rippling right here. But I mean, like I said, these two books, I ended up trading most of the other ones to my comic book guy that I got that Amazing Spider-Man 25 for. He gave me $15 credit. So essentially, I almost got that Amazing Spider-Man 46 in these two books for $37. So, I thought that was a pretty freaking good deal, man. And these two books are hot as hell right now. And I couldn't believe that I found them. I was like, wow, that guy he just didn't know what he had, obviously, because he could have listed them individually for what he sold the one thing for. So, and it would have sold easily, just right away. So, I wasn't going to argue with it. I took it and, very, very, very happy to have those. All right. So, yeah, like I said, I got that. Then I got one more book for you guys. And this is one that I did pay. I paid $38 for. And I'm really excited that I did get it because it's starting to rise in value. And I notice, I'm like, I might not be able to get this book in a little bit here. But for $38, I took it, man. DC Comics Presents number 26. This is the first appearance of the Teen Titans, the new Teen Titans, which is Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg. And like you guys, if you guys probably already know, but Cyborg's going to be in the Batman vs. Superman movie. So this book's starting to jack up. And I'd say this is probably... he had it marked as a fine minus, and I think it's probably like a fine, maybe a fine plus. He probably undergraded it a little bit, but it's really nice, man. There's some stress by the staples here, but everywhere else on the spine is really nice. Just by the staples, and then there's a little tiny chunk right here. But other than that, it looks good, and I think there's like another one right here, little lip right here. But yeah, it's, I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's a solid fine copy. Um, and like I said, paid 38 bucks for it. I was pretty excited. Um, if you guys haven't jumped on this book yet, just, I mean, try and get it. I found it online. I shot the guy an offer and he took it. So I would try and find this book while you can, because it's going to start heating up here pretty soon. And yeah, I'm stoked to have it. This is one of the ones that that was on my want list. I didn't get a chance to do Jay and Guy's contest, but this one would have probably been on my list that I wanted to get. So anyway, yeah, guys. So that's my haul. I might not have a haul for a little while. I'm going to Long Beach Comic Con on the 1st. So if any of you guys are heading out there, just let me know. We'll meet up or whatever. But so I'm going to Long Beach Comic Con on the 1st, and I'm gonna try and save a little bit of money for that. I'm not sure that I'll go this weekend to Comic Book Guy in town here, so just depends. But this might be my last haul for a few weeks. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. And you guys keep on collecting. You guys have a good night, all right? Peace.